That was me playing every instrument. Do you think it was good? I practiced for days. I got over the rice in the hands. Oh, that dude. It's either a lot of Europeans posting or it's people who from places in America. I love Indian food. I've been to Indian restaurants all over the world, actually. Sweden, London, tons of places in the US. I've never in my life seen somebody reach into a bowl of rice with their hands and eat it. I've not even a single time in my life have I seen that. But apparently every single person in my subreddit eats rice like that, so. I don't know why you're posting this. Everyone does this in India. I don't live in India. I'm not in India. And none of the conversation was about what people do in India. So I don't know why people are posting this. It's common in the Middle East. Okay. I don't live in the Middle East. I'm not talking about the Middle East. It might be common in the Middle East. Which monitor arms do you use? It's a brand that I use, but I think it's really expensive. They're really good. So it's up to, Ergotron. ERGOTRON. People tell me that fully articulated monitor arms are a trap. I don't know what fully articulated means. I think the problem is that some people think it comes across as racist. Link them, I guess. And I'll just permaban them. What a retarded people do different things in different places. What do you mean? If I go back to South Korea and I eat rice with a fork or whatever, they're gonna roast me there for not using chopsticks. That's not racist. That's just over there. That's how they eat their rice. What do you mean? People eat food in different ways in different parts of the world. You have one for each monitor? No, I have two. Each one can hold 2 monitors. What happened to, wait, link me this Darius video.
But someone was crying and I want to know who it was.
What the fuck happened? Wait, is this guy Jewish? Is the whole cast of this show Jewish? What's going on here? What the fuck? They were programming us from an early age.
Okay, I'll get ready, okay? Okay, I'll go with you.
Put it in the trunk. Put the trunk in the trunk.
Wait, pop the trunk, pop the trunk. Pop the trunk, pop the trunk. Pop the trunk, pop the trunk, pop the trunk. Pop the trunk. Hey, pop the trunk. Got it? Oh. Hey, pop the trunk. It's opening. Me too. Go, get it, go. Grab him by the... Grab him by the...
Get in, everybody.
One more thing.
One more.
Your contact king is back. You're easy.
The flat tire though.
That's true. Hey, also, guys, go to MKM stream and tell him to unlock the door for me. Thanks.
Was this the guy whose truck it was or whatever?
Let's check out the flat tire here.
Yes.
Let's see what these. Okay. There's a jet. It looks like they opened the back to change the tire. It looks like they started changing the tire and they failed, and then they went inside. They went inside. They couldn't change a tire. Stop taking my shit, man. I'm about to call the police on your ass, man.
You're like doxing your license plate like a retard. Yeah, I get we're like doing content, but you have to like have a mind for like what's your leaking retard.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
You know how many times the license plate has been doxed?
Who cares? You're like literally nobody.
You have piercing hair.
Okay.
Where'd you put the jack?
You have piercing hair.
Apparently, this guy went on a meme date with Merc, and Darius got triggered.
The jack. It's around here somewhere.
It's like
Okay,
nothing.
Darius, okay.
No, you're playing the wrong game.
No.
Playing the wrong game, man. You're 40 doing this to What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You feel proud about yourself? Yeah, I do. You can't even change a tire. Your father failed you. Your father failed you. You can't even change a tire. You're a failure.
He was trying to change your tire.
Yeah, he was trying and he failed.
Everything was fine until
He
you
failed. He folded.
literally had that
He
on
couldn't
there
even.
to make it so that way you didn't touch it, and then you touched it, and it implicitly put his stuff out there. It's like retarded.
Oh, so you specifically put that there so that I could dox him?
No, so you wouldn't do that, but then you did it
But-
like a retard.
So you specifically put it there so that I wouldn't touch it, so that I wouldn't dox him, so that I would touch
I was trying to change
so that if I did touch it, bitch about me doxing him.
Are you like retarded, or are you just?
That's what you just said, dumbass.
Hey,
you
you
literally
haven't
just said we put that there so that you would.
Stop listening to me talking. Stop listening to me talking.
Hey, back off, back off.
Oh, I cannot shoot it. 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 But I can. Dumbest person I met.
Good job with the flat tire changing. You guys are. You guys are.
You pulled up and you were gonna mess with me, so that's why I went back
You guys
in.
are a real trio.
You're insufferable. Get out of here. Get your shit and get the out of here. We're done with you.
Bet.
We gave you a chance.
Bet.
Last chance, buddy. Up.
Bet.
We gave you another chance and you ruined it. Nice one, man.
I hope you learn how to change a tire one day.
Hell no. No, hell no. Call the cops. Somebody call the cops. Call the cops.
Just call the police.
Call the police. Call the police.
Call the police.
Call the police.
It's
Mark,
fucking
somebody call. I don't have my phone. I don't know where my phone went.
I don't want to get yelled
Call the
at.
police. Somebody.
For real?
Stupid cunt ass neighbors. Please get the away from my house. I'm not joking. I don't want you here. Please leave. Get an Uber. Do we have to do? Please
911.
leave.
Open the door, pussy.
Alright, for real?
911. Dial it, please.
I know.
Yeah.
Stop streaming. I will call the police.
Just stop shooting. 911.
Okay, just don't break it. Don't break it. Don't break it. Just keep that. Hey, Darius, here. You call the cops. You call the cops. Hey, don't
Get
break
the
it.
out of my house.
Here, you call the cop, man.
All right, we're good. Zeus, get here, man. Seriously.
I'm going, little man.
You better be.
I'm going, little man. Don't you worry, buddy. I'll be out of here
Hey.
in no time.
Don't show this.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, fuck me. This is too much drama. So wait, are they kicking him out because of this? Because of what's happened so far? Is that what's happening? Are they knocking all of his shit out, or what? Yes. Okay.
Last chance, buddy.
I hope you learn how to change a tire one day.
Hell no. Call the cops. Somebody call the cops. Call the cops.
Just call the police.
Call the police. Call the police.
Call the police.
Call the police.
It's
Mark,
fucking
somebody
retarded.
call. I don't have my phone. I don't know where my phone went.
I don't want to get yelled
Call the
at.
police. Somebody.
For real?
Stupid cunt ass neighbors. Please get the away from my house. I'm not joking. I don't want you here. Please leave. Get an Uber. Do we have to do? Please
911.
leave.
Open the door, pussy.
Wait, and what are the eggs
real?
for? Why do they bring the eggs
I know.
out?
Stop streaming. I will call the police.
Stop shooting. 911.
Okay, just don't break it. Don't break it. Don't break it. Just keep that. Hey, Darius, here. You call the cops.
To egg
You call the
them.
cops. Hey, don't
Get
break
the
it.
out of my house.
Here, you call the cop, man.
All right, we're good. Zeus, get here, man. Seriously.
I'm going, little man.
You better be.
I'm going, little man.
That's the older guy,
Don't you
right?
worry, buddy.
Okay.
I'll be out of here
Hey.
in no time.
Don't show this.
Okay.
Wait, does Mark live here, or? No.
Nice. Yep. Nice.
Sorry, I didn't get it for good measure.
Yeah.
Dick weed.
Yeah. Nice.
I'll put it in the refrigerator.
chat to get behind me on this, and I need you guys to, like, I'm assuming Merc is still streaming, right?
She ended, but Zeus is still alive.
Okay, can somebody please communicate to Merc that she either needs to, like, let it go? Because I'm going to get a personal bond.
Here's the thing, and I'm watching her stream. One of the reasons she's, like, upset right now is she can't release some of the things I guess certain charges, like the thing that involves family, you can't, like, drop that.
Yeah, well, I'm getting hit with an assault charge. So that's dependent on her if I get a bond, personal bond, so I can just go to court later. So
I will try to communicate that to her.
It's on film. She doesn't.
Be great. And also, Squeeze would get off as well because it has to do with throwing up things.
3 charges: criminal mischief greater than or equal to $100 and less than $750. Burglary of vehicles? Is that for the water? And then assault causes bodily injury family member. What was Gatorade? Is that and that's for egging Merc?
No.
I'll try to talk to her, but from what I understand, like, some of the charges can't be dropped. And it sounds like they're saying that's the one she can't drop.
Well, she just needs to tell them that it wasn't serious when they call, because they have to call her, and I need her phone number so I can give that to them.
Okay, I'll try to work on that.
Well, I don't even care if she wants to say if she charges still go there. I'll still go to court or do whatever I need to. I just need to get out of here on a.
It's on camera.
Bond.
It's up to the
Nobody
cops.
pay any money, and I can just go to court and deal with it there. If she wants to take me to court, that's fine. I just want to go to.
They're saying that charge is it depends on the cops.
Okay, what's chat saying?
It's not Merc gave
They're all
information
saying
or word. It's that
there's
it's on
nothing you can do.
camera.
You can't
So it's
drop
no
it.
longer a he said, she said thing.
Well, are they
He
saying
might
like
be able
free
to.
Darius or something? Like, are they giving me like my rep or something? I got my. Do you guys see my mugshot?
I found your online portal, your profile, but I've not seen your mugshot yet. I can't wait to see it.
My mugshot's posted very shortly.
All right, we got 30 seconds. I will talk to Mark. I'll see what I can do, but it sounds like she might be
I'll give you
limited
guys a
in
call
capacities.
back. I'll give you guys a call back in like 30 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Stay alert, stay vigilant. Keep hating by the reins.
Yeah, we're here for you.
I'll call you about work later. I'll keep Squeeze safe. You know, people are
Free our
already
boys.
Yeah, I'm keeping them safe, man. Just getting
Yeah,
serious.
watch out for
man.
Squeeze in prison. You know, he's easy.
I know
he's
they're
easy
looking.
meat.
They're already gunning for him, bro. They're already gunning for him, bro.
Was there like a Snickers bar on your mattress by chance when you get coming?
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
That's a yes. That's a yes.
Fucking failed. He folded. And he fucking failed.
Everything was fine until you.
He fucking failed. He folded.
He
He couldn't even
make it so that way you didn't touch it, and then you touched it, and it explicitly put his stuff out there. It's like what's hard.
Oh, so you specifically put that there so that I could dox him?
No, so you wouldn't do that, but then you did it
But-
like a retard.
So you specifically put it there so that I wouldn't touch it, so that I. Put that there so that you. There's a jet. It looks like they opened the back to change the tire. It looks like they started changing the tire, and they failed, and then they
Oh.
Bro, are you like doxing
Wait, why did he pick this up to move it? Or what is that?
You're doxing his license plate like a retard. Yeah, you get out. I get we're like doing content, but you have to like have a mind for like what.
He is trolling because he's a schizo troll. Okay.
I wouldn't dox him so that I would touch
I was trying to
so
change
that
it.
if I did touch it, you could bitch about me doxing him.
Are you like retarded or are you just?
That's what you just said, dumbass.
Hey,
you literally just said it. We put that there so that you would
start listening to me talking. Start listening.
Hey,
It's my phone. Dude.
get out of this house. One more step and you're done. If you, hey,
Get away with it again.
we're asking you to leave, man.
You fucking touch my phone again, you're going down.
We're
Big
asking
time.
you to leave.
Big
I will
time.
touch your phone
Trying
if-
not to hurt you, Darius.
Okay, just
Wait. So does the Zeus guy live there or no? He does. Jesus. Okay.
don't put it in my face like that again. And after I told you to fucking stop, how about maybe stop the fifth time I asked you?
You
Shut the fuck up, Darius. Shut the fuck up.
Are you a 40-year-old toddler, man-child? You don't understand the word stop,
Get out of
do
my
you?
room, please. I'm trying to get my
It's
stuff
not your
out.
room.
I'm not trying to get my shit out
It's
of here.
not your
So
room.
that you can be happy.
It's not your
with
room.
Your little
You're
fucking
out of here.
Pussy villa.
You're out of here.
You can be
You're
happy
out of
there.
here. It's not your room.
All right,
You're
I'm
out of
leaving.
here.
I'm leaving.
Like you don't,
Gladly.
after 6 hours on stream.
After 6 hours on stream, you're doing too well. You have too many viewers. I don't like it. You have 200 viewers. That's not fair, and I don't like it, so I'm gonna be a fucking dick and trying to fucking I'm bald and no eyebrows, and I'm gonna fucking and you're dating my girlfriend, and I'm a cuck and I like it, but I'm not gonna say that.
Fucking give me a break, dude, with this shit. That's Korean man's dick. That's Korean man's shit. I got it. This is expensive shit. I appreciate it. Didn't touch my shit, please.
Zeus, get the fuck out of here, man. Seriously.
I'm going, little man.
You better be.
I'm going, little man. Don't you worry, buddy. I'll be out of here.
Hey.
Don't show this.
Okay.
Nice.
Sorry, I can get a quicker measure.
Yeah.
Fucking dickweed.
Yeah.
Don't show this.
Nice. Yep. Yep. Nice.
Sorry, I can get a quicker measure.
Yeah.
Fucking dickweed.
Yeah. Nice. That's crazy.
I can't touch that. I'm gonna get made.
Hell no. No, hell no. Just call the cops. Somebody call the cops.
Who is that? Is this the Squeaks guy?
Call the cops.
Just call the police.
Call the police. Call the police.
Call the police.
Call the police.
Call the police.
Mark, somebody call. I don't have my phone. I don't know where my phone went.
Call the police. Call the police. Call the police.
Somebody.
You gotta go. We have to like get your stuff. We have to get you out. You have to go.
No,
It's not
you
up
don't
to
have
me.
time for this.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
You can't clean your car. No, it doesn't matter. You can have all the egg on it. That's fine.
You're getting it, bro.
That's crazy.
If you
I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be mean like this. Okay, you're not a tenant here. You're a guest.
He's been paying
It
rent.
doesn't matter.
He hasn't paid rent this month. You can go. You can go. You should be gone. I don't know why you're here. I don't know why you're here. I think. What?
Wait.
Yeah, I would also leech off another person just like you've done everything where in your life. And eventually, you'll probably make him leave too. Because you can't fucking keep anybody in your fucking staff.
That's exactly what I
Just
said.
so I know, he didn't pay rent. But I actually can't keep.
Actually watch me go in there and get the rest of my stuff. The drinks and stuff that they stole from the truck, those are in there somewhere too. They didn't bring them out with my that's my protein and my pre-workout there.
Gotcha.
They didn't bring those out. It was 2 cases of water, 2 cases of Gatorade, and a case of Liquid Death. They took from inside the truck.
Oh.
When we were at the restaurant.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And just out of curiosity, I heard there might be mention of Darius recording when he got in your truck.
Yes.
Is that
Supposedly there's a clip. However, they've wiped all the VODs. So.
You want to be behind me? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be getting there.
All right, I'll plug in my GPS, and then I'll meet you guys there.
All right.
Well.
Okay.
Is Darius in the car?
Does this guy look a little bit like Dustin from Smarter Every Day? Like just a tad. He kind of does, right?
Forum. Amazon's inability to believe America.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So who actually called the cops? Which one? Was it Merc actually called the cops? Okay.
Okay.
is Darius in the car? Did he?
They arrested both of them, I think.
Oh shit!
Yeah. It's fucking.
Wow. You live and you learn.
Yep.
You can't be doing that shit.
I was having it.
Well,
I was like,
I feel bad for Squeeze.
Yeah, because he's.
Because Squeeze is young. Like, I'm just gonna.
Darius got arrested.
They all
Instead
went
of
to jail.
Squeeze. They got arrested.
I didn't even know. I thought it was joking.
No, they're actually arrested. They gave me this.
Oh yeah, it was mine.
Yeah.
So Darius and Squeeze got
handcuffed.
Handcuffed.
Put in the back of a
Oh, his name is
car.
Destin, not Dustin. Sorry.
They're going to jail. They're going to real prison. You were in fake prison. They're going to
Squeeze is going to have a whole new meaning to his name after Tyrone squeezes inside his tight bussy.
That's fucking annoying.
Kron said Darius called him from jail.
I agree with
We
you.
are just getting word that Squeeze is being processed into the jail. 6 all with the name Tyrone are in charge, along with the guard, with the procedure of searching his fart box.
Oh, he's horrible.
Merc, you're fucking crying over a misdemeanor. Lull, they're going to be out in the morning with a minor charge set up already.
No, he's charged with family violence.
Don't press charges, Squeeze is 18-year-old Christian who just started life.
Darius even fucking said we were dating.
Next time it won't be an egg, it will be his fist. Darius deserves it and is where he belongs and needs to learn.
Darius will have you back in a couple days. No need to cry.
He's a child, Merc.
Hey, you want to smoke? You want to smoke outside?
Merc, look what you did. Now Squeeze going to get his booty tooken.
Action Man has a fellow.
Action Man is a fucking heroin addict. Action Man is a fucking heroin addict who fucks minors. I don't give a fuck. He is a fucking gross fucking human being. Yeah, of course he has a fucking felony. Darius is not on the same level as fucking Action Man. Fuck him. And I fucking ruined his fucking life, and I'm gonna have to deal with this for the rest of my life. I will always be the reason I ruined his life. I ruined his life. You think that any of this was a fucking bit tonight?
Why so serious?
This guy's crazy. The reason why Merc is crying is because sometimes, real quick, hashtag not all women, okay? But there's a small percentage of women, maybe like 80%, who what'll happen is this is like reality, and most people kind of have to stay tethered to reality. So like, maybe there's some guy in a restaurant and I look at this dude and I don't like him, and I might walk up to the guy and I might be like, "What's up, you little fucking piece of shit mother," and I might like come a little bit, but then a guy will like kick my ass, right? It's okay, well, we're back to reality, okay? Some women think that reality doesn't apply to them, and they will just do crazier. This is why they hit people, attack people, assault people, call the cops, rape people, do whatever the fuck they want. But every now and then, it's rare, but every now and then there's like this brutal suck back to, oh shit, I am in reality. This downward thing, those are tears. This is usually accompanied by a lot of tears. But that's what we're witnessing right now.
How can you be laughing about this? He's in jail. How can you be How can you be laughing about this? He's in jail.
Everything's gonna be fine.
No, he's got a fucking felony.
To be fair, I'm just blaming Merc because I hate Merc. But it might be this guy's fault too, and it's the other guy's fault for everybody. Everybody involved here is being fucking retarded with it.
Darn. He's got a fucking burglary a charge, dude. At least with my shit, I can fucking drop it. Like, what are you talking about?
What we say is, we gon' milk them boys. You know what I'm saying? We gon'
You can sleep in your fucking truck, kid.
milk them boys.
You're insane.
Not to say out, but couldn't this be Merc blaming herself for Darius' actions? Not saying she's an abuse victim, but it feels similar to me. What? No. This is Merc crying because it sounds like she said a bunch of retarded shit to the cops and then she expected to just be like, oh, I'm just kidding. Oh, like it's all good. But then when the cops arrest him, she's like, oh shit, I fucked up. That's what it sounds like.
You're absolutely insane.
Milk
no matter
them
what fucking
boys.
problems you had with him, no matter what problems you had with Squeeze, like, this isn't funny.
It's just one of those things, you know?
You're insane.
Wow.
Saquon ain't do nothing. All he did was rob the gas station. Y'all acting like he robbed Walmart or something. Release my nigga. Release my nigga.
What is this? Why? Okay.
Well, then I...
People keep saying Darius said Merc was his girlfriend, which made the charge worse. I don't know if I believe that or not. I don't know if they would have arrested him or wouldn't have arrested him anyway. I see that the for the charges listed, it says assault causes bodily injury, family member. Like that's listed, but I don't know if they would have arrested him anyway. I don't know. I have no idea. But it's all on camera. It's probably a super easy case to prosecute. I don't know how small this county is. I don't know how bored the DA is. And I don't know how many times the cop's been called to his house. And the cop's been called like fuck 30 times. And the right people know. And the DA gets in their desk. Is like, the fuck is this bullshit? And it's like, well, you know, it's an assault. We have literally everything on camera from start to finish. Then they might be like, oh, fuck it. Fuck this then. Let's do it. So... They are saying Merc cannot request to have it dropped because it's domestic violence. I mean, I don't know. I have to check this out, but I think usually when you talk about like pressing charges, what you're really talking about is like, is the person actually willing to, cooperate with investigators and testify on the stand and all this bullshit is what you're doing. But in terms of like, do you actually want to charge, like if it's all on camera, they don't need anybody to press charges. Whether or not you want to charge somebody with a crime, so not a civil matter but a criminal matter, is solely at the discretion of the district attorney, the prosecuting attorney, solely at the discretion of the prosecutor. When they ask if you want to press charges, I think it's generally more along the lines of like, are you going to testify and cooperate and do all this other bullshit? In some states, domestics are automatically charged by the state. Yeah, that could be. There around domestic violence stuff, some states will have like an elevated attention paid to it or whatever. It could be. Yeah, but I don't know. Darius already got an assault citation for Xena before this too.
Down Adriana's door.
Is this a felony? What it was listed on the thing, it looked like they were just misdemeanors.
Take her makeup.
She took it with her.
I can never do anything right, ever. I will never, ever be able to do anything, like, remotely right. I'll always be below this person. I'll always be below this person. And I will always, I will never be enough for him.
She sounds like my ex.
He's always comparing, always doing this.
The DA will often prosecute without a witness on these, where it's a husband and wife, because the other won't testify, but I've gotten them dismissed before because witness wouldn't cooperate. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of special stuff around DV shit. Fuck, these clips are gonna... I'm in too much of an incel mood right now to watch these.
Jump, Froggy! Jump, little frog!
Stop, Jesus. The fuck is this?
Jump, Froggy! Jump, little frog!
I feel like you really like it. You
Come
watch
on,
all
little
of it?
tadpole.
I
It's
only watched
okay.
like half of it, honestly. You should finish it.
This is my second last warning.
You should finish it. I only got to like this.
This is my third last warning, guys. I'm warning you one final time for the 5th time. This is my 9th last warning, guys.
I want to watch this video.
Fuck, what the fuck? I'm warning you.
Shut the fuck up, Mark.
One more time.
Squeeze.
What?
Oh, my dog, Ambush. What up, homie? Yo, bro, what's up, man?
Oh, by the way, you like
What the hell you doing? Oh, you like IRL streaming? Look at him.
Look at me being IRL.
He's IRL streaming. He's a pro. All right, fuck. All right, never mind, guys. Fuck the streaming shit. All right, we're done. Fuck this shit. These fucking cucks, dude, they're just reducing all fucking day. They're just gonna keep bitching at me. It's not even fucking...
Okay.
Darius is bald. Well, no hair on.
Why don't you get the
They're fighting each other.
You turned off my stream again.
You put my camera.
You turned the stream off, though.
Don't put the camera to my face. It's so simple. Just to not do it. I don't care if you shoot. Don't put it to my face. It's not that hard. Stop.
Too slow, ho.
Stop. I told you to stop, man. I told you to stop.
Too slow, ho.
You fucking asshole.
You threw a pillow at me?
Stop, dude.
Okay.
Don't put it to my face. It's not that hard.
I mean, you wanna fuck Darius?
No, well.
Wait, is this related or this is just some random retarded shit? I don't know. I mean, hold on. Let me load these. Hold still. Wait, this is just before the egg stuff? Where did this guy come from?
I mean, you wanna fuck Darius?
No, well, I already did that. I already did that, so.
You already did? Then it's my turn.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Back off. Back off. Back the fuck off.
Oh, I cannot shoot it. I cannot shoot it. I cannot shoot it. I cannot shoot it.
That was a Korean guy from the prison stream. Did he win? Who won?
She's one of the president, Bert. Female Florida. Let's give it up. Female Florida.
You know what I mean, bro? Like, you're just fucking just annoying, dude. I'm gonna. Bro.
No, just sit on this.
I don't give a fuck. You're fucking gone.
Bert is choppy. Bert is so choppy. He's so fucking hungry.
Hold still.
Speed from W.
Hell yeah. 450 grand, bro.
Plus 450. Type in chat.
Bro, you have to play a harder character. Dude, back away from my face.
He has skins too.
Oh, really? Bro, can you get out of my way? Dude, you're being annoying, bro. Get out of the fucking way.
How long has he been living with these guys?
Dude, why did you just throw me across the room, dude? What the fuck?
2 to 3 weeks? Has he been like this the whole time?
Did you save it? Did you save it? What are you gonna do? Don't get mad, Squeeze. The game is trash. TBH lock-in. W Zeus for that.
Oh shit. Oh shit, he's gonna get the GAT. He's gonna get the GAT.
Don't get mad, Squeeze. The game is trash. TBH lock-in.
What the fuck? The fuck is that? The fuck is this room?
Bro, get the fuck out of my room, bro. The fuck is your problem, dude?
I'm gonna take your shit.
Leave me alone, bro. Leave me and my shit alone, dude. Why don't you just leave me alone, dude? Just go away, dude. You're not even supposed to be up here.
Why does your room look like that? I'm genuinely concerned for your health.
Bro, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Are you okay?
Leave me alone, bro. I'm about to fucking kick you out. I don't give a fuck, bro.
I have a number you.
I'm about to kick you out,
I have
dude.
a phone number.
This is too much.
1-800.
Get out of here, bro. Go downstairs. You're not supposed to be out here.
Where's my shoes though?
No, I didn't take them.
You didn't?
No. I didn't take shit.
You didn't take my shoes?
I didn't take the fucking shoes.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe don't act like an asshole and I won't take your shit.
Look me in the eye.
I don't want to do it.
Pussy. Look me in the eye when you're talking shit.
I don't want.
Okay. He lets a Thorpe orbiter live their destiny when he had troubles with the Thorpes. Wait, who is the Thorpe orbiter? Jesus. Okay, back to Hassan clips.
That why is it that we are not allowed? Like, why is it that no one is allowed to have any hobbies beyond whatever your immediate fucking hobbies are? Imagine, yeah, that was Marlon. Imagine if I was like, you come in here and you're like, oh, look at this Warhammer 40K figurine that I painted. And I'm like, fuck you, nerd. Fucking, you suck. I bet you smell bad, you know? Every time you have like a little thing that you enjoy, okay? And I was just like, fucking burn it with fire. Like, calm down, man.
Hold on, I don't know if anybody's put this into words. I think the reason why the hobbies and the things that you invest time in and spend money on say something about you and the things that you like, right? If somebody walks into my apartment and they see a bunch of guns on my wall, right? They're probably gonna know that I, never mind. Fuck, I was gonna make a skull shooter joke. Just kidding, FBI. But like, oh, I guess this guy likes guns, right? You walk into some dude's apartment and there's a ton of like Warhammer 40K painted things or whatever. It's like, oh, this guy must be super into Warhammer. I think the issue is that just from what I've seen, Hassan doesn't seem like he's into fashion. And I think there's okay? Fuck, I hate clothes and I hate fashion, okay? But some people are like into fashion. Like they like certain types of clothes, or they understand how to put together coherent outfits, or they enjoy it with a cultural messaging and signaling and everything that is associated with like certain types of outfits. I think if Hassan was genuinely into fashion, nobody would say anything. But the thing is that Hassan is not into fashion. He's just into gaudy displays of wealth and social status. People aren't criticizing him because he likes a thing that is expensive. It's because the thing that he likes, the only purpose is to elude like opulence. Elude? Admit? Elude is to dodge. No. Elude? There's a word I'm looking for there. But like, exude. That's what I'm looking for. The whole point of it seems like, unless it's some high fashion shit that I just don't understand, that's not the case. Hassan just wears like gaudy, tasteless, expensive stuff because he wants to exude his wealth and status and clout. And I think that's what people criticize him for. Like, when Hassan buys a $250,000 Porsche, that whatever bullshit he bought, I don't think I've ever heard him talk about cars in my life. And then like all the random $1,000 shirts or whatever, you know, it's okay. It's cringe. But if Hassan bought like a $500,000 car, but Hassan's like, I've been doing, you know, like tuning cars or, you know, working on shit or racing or being a little whatever memer my whole life. And now I've got like this really cool thing. I've always wanted one of these, you know, it'd be like a different thing. Like, oh, cool. You know, spend your money, King. Do what you want. Like there's a difference there. Or if Hassan like was really into a particular style of fashion, or if he, and hey, maybe these happen on a stream and I just miss it, right? Maybe he's like, I just got this shirt. Yeah, it's like $2,000, but like it literally is, you know, one of 1,000 that were made by some designer who does, you know, this style of high fashion. I really love this guy's work, whatever. That'd be one thing, but it's not. It's just gaudy flashes of wealth is what people I think are critical of.
And then every time we talk about,
like, you're allowed to spend your money on it, but people are going to criticize you, not because you're spending money on things. I like how he does this, oh, socialism with no house, because of the things you choose to spend your money on. They say something about the types of things you're into, you know?
Every time we talk about anything that's not like immediately political, even though this one has a political slant associated with it as well, people will just like find a way to instantly write essays about how fashion is actually disgusting. It's exploitative. It ruins the planet. It's just like the worst possible thing. It's expensive. It's garbage. It's like, I know, man. I know.
Didn't Hassan have a big interest in fashion when you first met and he didn't have money? It was a well-known meme. Well, maybe in my community, because we're mostly, I'm guessing, computer people who are fashion retarded. But like there's a difference between like being into fashion as like, as in like you're, at some point you're fucking past anything I understand. And then there are like people who can dress well. So they just have like cultural understandings of putting together coherent outfits or whatever. But then there are people who just like want to have expensive shit. So like, I'm not roasting him and I love him. I think we don't hate each other, right? Like XQC, I think, does a lot of gaudy flashing of wealth stuff. Like when he has like these like super expensive watches, he's not buying these things because he has a respect for the brand. Probably couldn't tell you maybe much about the watch itself, or maybe, I don't know, maybe he's really into watches, but like it seems more, it's like a show of wealth. It's like a flash of wealth. It's a different thing than genuinely being into it, you know?
No, I know all of it. I don't give a shit. Okay? First of all, there's not a single industry that doesn't have the exact same fucking litany of ethical complications and exploitative practices. And the way I see it is like it's just art, man. It's just another.
Yeah, I don't like the XQC example for watches. I'm going with what it appears. But actually, when I had a question about the watch, he sent me a little bit of stuff. So maybe he actually doesn't know stuff about watches, but
way to do some kind of artistic expression. Calm down, you know? Don't make me pull out my Dark Angel Space Marines miniature. Don't do it.
Is that an alarm in the background? No, it's the sound of my dick hitting the desk.
This is Maya. Hi guys, I'm Maya. Yes, and Maya's happy to be here. I'm really excited about being here. You think so? Dude, Emily texted me yesterday. Oh yeah. In caps, of course. Thank you.
No, she was, because it's like a head thing. Like, I think she was trying to do this, like, you know, but it looked right.
Would you like to do aerial yoga with me tomorrow? And I said, what the fuck is that?
No, that's 100% what was happening.
She sent me the craziest screenshots I've ever seen. And I was like, oh my God. This is why.
She wasn't doing the Asian eyes thing. Stop. I think the other building is having a fire alarm. Rip.
Inches, it does trigger official EU level action. Well, my answer is my father worked at Valve. And because my father worked at Valve, I have all the answers. And I can tell you with great confidence and authority, bear I add, and dare I mind, I'll add this. On great authority, I can say that
Was that? Is this a Pirate Software impersonation? What? Can somebody show me? Does this guy have a picture of a setup? These people with multiple camera angles. Really? How do they? Do they just? Technically I have like 3 extra cameras downstairs. Like I could settle this shit up, but like why? Where? Cover the Diddy ruling? I'm too lazy to dig through all that shit. Dude, I really want to watch the, Dude, I don't have time. I need to stop. Sorry. My brain just... I really want to go over the Amber Heard Johnny Depp stuff. Like, I just want to watch all of it. But I know that's going to take me like a week or 2 of bullshit to get through. The Diddy stuff, like, facially... just on the very light bouncing off headlines that I've read, seemed kind of like they were reaching a lot. So, but I don't know. I also might be just negatively influenced by the fact that Candace covered it so religiously, and she was like very big on finally the child sex ring stuff will get exposed. So I don't know.
Hi there, would you like to sign my petition? Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to.
Jesus Christ. Do like 90-minute chunks of the Heard and Depp thing and it would take like 2 weeks tops? Really? I thought it would be like 8 hours a day, 2 weeks. Can you say what your intuition is about the Diddy ruling? It seemed like they tried to RICO him on stuff. And like I feel like, has anybody ever watched The Wire? To me, the emotional feeling that I have, the intuitive, it's not emotional or intuitive, I don't want to say those words. RICO to me feels like when you have a criminal enterprise where the criminal enterprise is being very careful about how they space out their associates so that there are different levels of culpability and criminal liability that are intellectually spaced out between different actors so that you could never really get them all, or you can never really get the guys on top. And RICO felt like a way to put together a case such that you could treat all of these independent actors as part of a cohesive entity with the common goal oriented towards some criminal enterprise if they had the knowledge of like everything going on. Like that seemed like the point of RICO. Sometimes it feels like in the worst case scenario, RICO could feel like a very desperate attempt to rope together a bunch of disconnected stuff and make it seem like it was some huge master crime plot. And that's what the Diddy thing feels like to me. Keep in mind, I've seen very little to nothing of the Diddy stuff, though. So this is very much like a very rough impression, is what it felt like. They dropped it and they got him prostituting his girlfriend. Yeah, although I would say you have to be careful with what... I'd have to look up the laws on this. But like... No, not that I've never in my entire life done this, so I would never do this, because this is highly unethical. I would never break the law ever, okay? But with the way that some of those like sex trafficking laws are written, guys, I feel like I was looking at this at one point. Like, if you were a guy who was in New York and you were talking to a girl who was in like California, and let's say that you guys aren't dating, and you were like, hey, like you should come hang out for a weekend and we should smash. And she's like, oh yeah, maybe, I don't know, I could try to go off work, but I don't have the money for tickets. Like, oh no, it's cool. Like I'll buy you a plane ticket. I don't give a fuck. And let's say the guy covers a plane ticket. I think that might technically count as like paid sex trafficking / prostitution. The way that the laws are written. Like if you were to buy a plane ticket for somebody for them to come out and bang you, that might, it's like the way that those are written. I think somebody can correct me if I'm wrong or if there's any video or evidence or anything on this, but depending on how you fly girls out, like if you promise a shopping spree first, it could be sex. Okay, well that kind of does just sound like prostitution. What's the difference between that and a girlfriend or wife, though? Got him. It's crazy that prostitution is illegal if you really think about it, but Diddy charges. Fuck. Can somebody show me? I hate reading the news about anything, just because it's not gonna. I have to search and search and search. Okay, maybe not. Okay, hold on. Federal trial unveiled harrowing testimony accusing him of sexual abuse against women and forced drug-dazed freak-offs. Was acquitted Wednesday of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking, but found guilty of lesser charges. The jury's verdict delivered on the 30 days deliberations declared Gomes not guilty of 1 count racketeering, conspiracy, and 2 counts fraud, but guilty of 2 counts. Oh, transportation to engage in prostitution. And this is a federal trial, so transportation to engage in prostitution, U.S. Code. Okay, so the law for this is whoever knowingly transports an individual in interstate or foreign commerce or in any territory or possession of the United States with intent that such individual engage in prostitution or in any sexual activity for which any person can be charged with a criminal offense or attempts to do so shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both. Arrest, prosecute violation by state attorney generals, in general, the attorney general, and then engage in what does prostitution count as? U.S. Code, prostitution. Using a facility or this is promotion or facilitation of prostitution. Is prostitution defined in the U.S. Code anywhere? Huh. Yeah, I guess it would come down. I wonder what counts as prostitution. I'm pretty sure he took her places and paid other men to bang her in front of him. Oh, well, that would probably count then. Two counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Has he been charged with or convicted of any crimes before? I wonder if I wonder what the sentencing is going to be. Damn. Damn. I don't think anyone realizes how impressive Alligator Alcatraz is. The state of Florida built this 3,000-bed federal prison in 8 days. The director tells me it could have been done in 72 hours were it not for some regulatory holdups. Now all the state needs is DOJ approval to deputize the National Guard as deportation judges, and this will become the most efficient deportation center in American history. How is this impressive? It's just fences and beds. You mentioned before you were into N64 games. Other than Star Fox, what other games did you play? Too much Pokemon Stadium, Doom 64, Duke Nukem, Turok 1 and 2, Quest 64, that was a game, Mario Party, Smash Brothers, obviously, Super Mario 64. I played GoldenEye, but GoldenEye was not one of my favorite N64 FPSs. Every time you get shot, he would make that noise. It was so weird. Why? Why did he do that? Why did he do that? Oh, it's not even a fucking building. It's just tents. What are these cables connected to? Okay. Have you seen anything with Expedition 33? No, but I've heard good things about it. Are you allowed to go tour this place? It's probably like an hour from me. Oh my god, I should go here with Connor.
President Trump is talking about this bill leading to growth in the economy. We are waiting any moment now to get the jobs numbers for the month of May. The expectations call for the ADP numbers to be up 95,000 for the month of June, rather. It's the June jobs data, and we'll, of course, right now seeing the number actually show a decline in jobs, down 33,000 on ADP. The bill includes $25 billion for the Golden Dome, the missile defense system. Senator, you introduced a bill supporting the construction of that system. I want to get your take on defense and whether or not that, of course, President Trump is talking about this bill leading to...
It's funny, but I don't even think we need that many. I don't think we need more jobs right now. I think we need more workers. Everybody's hiring. U.S. unemployment. What are we at right now? 4.2%. I think we're still fine. We're still like over on unemployment, but
Come show.
Jesus.
And like go on my phone or something, I don't talk to anybody.
Oh, when you're not IRLing, when you're IRLing?
Both.
Oh, really?
Sometimes when I'm IRLing too, if it's too quiet, I won't even talk to my chat. I'll just act like they're not there. I'll just act like I'm alone.
Oh, well, I think this is like a perfect, like...
Or I'll like whisper into the mic because they can hear me.
Oh, that's fair. This is perfect exposure therapy because there's no one here. So what if you like start singing?
Emily, you're lying.
Like, come on, Maya, come with me.
Emily, you're lying.
Come on, you just have to get up
Most unemployment rates don't include those who have stopped looking for work, though. Yeah, because you don't want to include those in your unemployment rate. There's different numbers for unemployment, but the one that we use doesn't include discouraged workers. It's called the U3 unemployment, but that's the one that everybody uses. But like the U3 and the U6 will track discouraged workers, but like it's just, you don't, U3 is what we use for, there's a lot of reasons why. I don't know all of them. But I'll give you 2 of them and then say et cetera, so that it sounds like I know a bunch more.
Oh, and it's like, oh, no one really cares, and it's like pretty cool, and you can even do like this. Stop. You can do this, and come on, Maya, don't you want to have fun? There's somebody right next to us, and I don't know how to use this gimbal. There's somebody right there. I cannot.
Almost wreckful moment.
And like go on my phone or something, I don't talk to anybody. Oh.
I just assumed this place was empty the whole time.
Oh, when you're not IRL, like when you're lying. Like, come on, Maya, come with me. I'm like, you're lying. Come on, you just have to get up and sing a little bit. And then once you're like, we're like, whoa, you're like, oh, and it's like, oh, no one really cares, and it's like pretty cool, and you can even do like this. Stop. You can do this, and come on, Maya, don't you want to have fun? There's somebody right next to us, and like, I don't know how to use this gimbal. There's somebody right there. I cannot.
That lady. You can even see her look to the side. Is it not considering that those not looking for work is becoming a bigger proportion? I don't really think it is. You can go find different graphs of like the U3 and the U6. I think the U6 is close to labor force participation rate, but there's a difference, but I always forget what it is, even though I've looked it up like 20 times, so.
Oh, wait, they can see.
Snip underscore
Show.
It's massive.
Okay, show.
Why are you shaking? Are you okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Are you okay?
Yes, I don't care.
It's bad.
Show me.
It's bad.
It's fine. Show.
It's not even. Oh
It's
my!
not that
Are you
bad.
serious?
What?
Are you insecure
Arthur,
of that?
It's not even that.
Don't
bad.
tell me it's more.
It's not that bad.
It's a decent.
It's so.
I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ. This thing, the title, I just saw this, Wreckful died 5 years ago today, and I'm expecting like, what, you open a clip and it's him like jumping out the window? It's like, Jesus, but that's not what that is. I'm sorry, okay.
Oh fuck, I can't be respectful, I'm trying really hard. Just imagining like people like alone in their room playing this shit and like clapping to the music and stuff like that. I want to fucking die. I want to die. I can't live in the world where this is normal. I can't live in the world where this is normalized. We need to make it. We need to throw in a couple barriers to entry for this shit, man, because it's deleterious to your life.
Hey, Miz.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a ton, but I got you a bonus axe, a couple water guns, and a official football.
You got me a football?
Paramount settled for $16 million. Yeah, I saw that. I have a couple of friends that do actual like big political stuff. I went to dinner with last night to chat with. That's why I was out late last night. Oh my God, it feels so good to talk to people who are in the whatever. I feel bad because I feel like over the past year and a half, I've become like increasingly more disconnected from ordinary humans. Like everything just revolves around either my stream stuff or like whatever political stuff is happening. So anytime somebody's like, oh, well, what's up? What have you been doing lately? And it's like work or whatever. And I'm like, oh, is there anything you want to talk about? And it's like, most of the real life friends I have are good and they'll humor me. But I remember like 4 days ago, I was like, okay, you have to let me rant for 5 minutes and explain why the Supreme Court ruling, it was so fucking stupid on the injunction thing. And they're like, okay, what's an injunction? What does the Supreme Court do again? It's like, okay, let me explain. And then I feel like the guy in the meme Football game, boyfriend meme. Explain. Maybe it wasn't a football meme. Oh, this guy. The bro. Yeah, I feel like this guy. And I'm like, listen, okay? This question wasn't even before the court. Okay, now injunctions, it's not the same as like the preliminary injunctions, TROs, and it's like they did do this thing and it's the enjoining behavior and that means to stop the behavior, and it's just like, oh, Jesus. I think you're right about the participation rate because it includes pensioners. So for aging populations, it will always decline. You mean increase, right? Because it includes pensioners. So as the population ages, the labor force participation, I think, gets higher or lower. I guess. Never mind, decline. Participation rate falls.
And a gun. Okay, I can be O.J. Simpson.
I love those jokes.
Go get Mike.
Well done.
That too.
Go get Mike.
Jesus Christ.
And then I'll do the second.
There's just so many ridiculously wacky, stupid things that are just impossible to explain. Or they just are crazy. The settling stuff is insane. How many different companies have settled with Donald Trump personally? Like companies for CEOs that he's like all friends with and stuff. It's insane that it's completely out in the open. Everyone assumed it secretly happens in the dark, musty room, so they're so open about it now.
And we will continue.
It's unhinged.
City, a long time since a Republican won the city, but you would think that a Republican would be able to win. Or you have a good independent running, Mayor Adams, who's a very good person. I helped him out a little bit. He had a problem, and he was unfairly hurt over this question. He made a statement to the effect that this is terrible. New York City can't have all these immigrants come in.
I looked it up. It's ABC, Meta, and now Paramount. More than that. I'm pretty sure Twitter. X settles lawsuit Donald Trump. I'm pretty sure Twitter did as well, didn't they? Yeah. $10 million to settle a Trump lawsuit. He sued them, I believe, because he got banned. Donald Trump lawsuit X. Is there a public? There should be. It's public, right? Is there a filing for this complaint? It's so crazy. Yeah, and I think Facebook did as well. Yeah.
And like he was indicted the following day. And I said, that was a phony indictment. And it was a phony indictment. That was a Biden indictment. I said, don't feel bad. I got indicted 5 times every time you opened your mouth. That was a bad group. That was a very dangerous group, I will tell you. These were not nice people. That was the only thing they could do. They had no policy. They had no skill. They had no anything. But they were very good at that. They were vicious, vicious, horrible people. Long time since a Republican won this.
This is a motion to dismiss. This isn't the original complaint. But I guess we can just click this and look it up. What the fuck could they even possibly argue? Plaintiff Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States, individually and on behalf of those similarly situated putative class members, by and through the Undersigned Council, bring this action against Twitter and its Chief Executive Officer, Jack Dorsey, individually. Twitter has increasingly engaged in impermissible censorship. The immediacy of defendants' threat to its users and potentially every citizen's right to free speech cannot be overstated. Defendants' callous disregard of its users' constitutional rights is no better exemplified than in the matter currently before the court. Remember when we used to make fun of people? Everything I've ever said legally about any law stuff, by the way, is just completely wrong and retarded, apparently. Like, when everybody would make fun of people for being like, oh, you violate my First Amendment right by banning me from Twitter. Apparently, yeah, that's what they argued. Now, there's no way this case would have ever won, but they settled anyway, because whatever. This is an old filing, guys, sorry. But this is settled several months ago as well, where they just paid out Trump. Twitter's censorship runs rampant against the entire class, and the result is a chilling effect on our nation's pressing political, medical, social, and cultural discussions. Had to throw in that COVID-19 meme. Plaintiff, a sitting president of the United States, was deplatformed by the defendants as reputative class members using non-existent, broad, vague, and ever-shifting standards. Was he banned when he was a sitting president, or I thought he was banned on January 6th. I guess he was still president for 2 more weeks, huh? Akin to forcing a round peg into a square hole. Isn't it supposed to be a square peg into a round hole? Is that backwards? Or is that... Am I crazy? What is a square hole? Okay. Like, you can force like a circle into a square thing if it's small enough. Although I guess you could force a square thing to a circle thing, whatever. Twitter declared that specific Twitter posts of plaintiff had violated self-composed Twitter rules. Countless other Twitter users have not been as fortunate, with Twitter taking detrimental action against their accounts with no explanation whatsoever. Oh, and they were trying to certify a class for this as well, for all banned Twitter users. Jesus, so fucking stupid. Well, I guess he got paid out, so.
Danny, they want you to ask.
Oh my God.
Danny, they want you to ask the ladies behind you if you can eat their ass.
Hello. They're British. Can you stop? Oh, they understand? They understand. Oh my God.
You guys are too loud. I have to leave.
Oh.
You're embarrassing me.
Wait, you're leaving? No, I'm not done drinking.
They speak English, like, well, they're British.
I didn't know.
I don't even know why they have to say that. They speak English, they're British. Like, I'm assuming they're in Stockholm, right? Like, if they're in any major Swedish city, it doesn't matter if they're British or not. They probably speak English anyway. Like, he's sitting with 2 Swedes that speak English.
Wait, don't leave.
Oh, they're in Spain? Okay, where are they at in Spain? If they're in any major city in Europe, everybody is speaking English in these restaurants. Okay, any major city in Europe, guaranteed.
She's leaving.
She's German? I know. When I said he's sitting with two Swedes, I meant 4 Sen and his split personalities.
Very shame, bro.
Jesus. Leah Thomas is getting stripped of all records and titles after the uni got pressured by Trump. The university will also issue apologies to biological women who have lost due to transgender competitors. Thank God. Solving the real issues of the day. Thank you. Have you read The Accidental Empire? It's about the start of the settler movement in Israel post-67. One thing I didn't realize until now is just how isolated the Israelis felt, and I get why they're so paranoid. America promised to guarantee the Straits of Times would remain open post-Suez War, but Johnson basically told the Israelis to pound sand when they were closed because he was busy in Vietnam, and the U.S. pieced out of the Sinai. Yeah, I repeat that a lot, and it's taken for granted because, like, the meme is always that Israel was supported by the United States from day one, but it wasn't really until 1973 that Israel had, like, big U.S. support. You mentioned that Suez Canal shit. I think it was, I don't know any of the presidents. When was Eisenhower president? Was he president in 56? Oh my God, imagine if I just got that right though. Imagine if I just knew that. Yes! For the whole Suez crisis, Israel, France, and Britain kind of had like a little sneaky scheme to go fuck with Egypt because Egypt was also fucking with them. And like halfway through this campaign, after Israel had conquered the Sinai for the first time, I think Eisenhower basically sent them a DM and was like, you guys need to get the fuck out. You guys are actually fucking retarded. And nobody likes you. We're never going to be friends with you. Britain and France are pulling their support. And now I'm telling you to get the fuck out because you're actually fucking unhinged losers. And then Israel had to like just run from the Sinai. That was part of where Nasser got his confidence and respect from in the Arab world, is because he was seen as like, I just literally kicked all three of these nations' asses, even though it was really Eisenhower telling Israel to get the fuck out. Yeah, Israel did not have strong support from the U.S. until I think like 73 was the really big where the U.S. was like, okay, fuck it. We're all in on this Jew shit, baby. Let's go.
Then lean back, chandelier. Lean back. For 3, 2, 1. Okay, come back. You're gonna all like this one now. You're gonna like it. This is a resting pose. Ready? Then lean back, chandelier. Lean back.
Okay. Did she just scream a lot on stream, I guess? Okay. Based.
We just dress as Santa and go drinking in bar to bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll do these. They'll just like.
You go on Saturday
have you been
and
to
then
Salcom?
come to the car show on Sunday, huh?
Have you been to Salcom?
Salcom?
The Israelis also originally planned to take the Gaza Strip as a bargaining chip for peace in 67, but changed their mind when they realized they probably wouldn't want it back because it sucks. Well, another meme, I think, is in 52, during the, I think it was the Lausanne conference, Israel offered to buy the Gaza Strip and assimilate, like, absorb all of the Arabs living in the Gaza Strip as well. They were willing to take it and integrate them fully into the country. But the meme is that they made that offer knowing that the Arabs would reject it, but if they would have accepted it, Israel would have been a fuck spot. But I think that offer was made because the Jewish people knew at the time that the Arabs were going to reject basically everything, which they would have. So.
Yeah. No. You've never been? Oh, it's a shame. It's crazy.
Is it fun?
Yes.
Why is he doing that?
No reason.
Wait, Salcom?
Oh my God.
What could that even mean?
Salcom these notes.
So late. So late.
Was the Gaza population at the time? I want to say 200,000, but I could be wrong. Wait, what?
We just dress as Santa.
No.
I think the angle has to be here.
It's okay.
Okay. Does she just dance all stream all the time?
What? Why are you so subconscious about this?
It is like I'm not kidding you. It's massive.
Okay, show. You're doing it like that?
Wait, I don't want to. I don't want them to see it.
This looks so bad.
I don't want them.
How do we do this?
Should blow this guy when he in the car.
And
You seen Contra being a queen on Twitter? Yeah, it feels like Contra fucking set some LLM to read the neoliberal subreddit for 2 weeks, and now it's just spam posting on her account. Based?
Back down. And hell. I'm seeing strings though, and guitar. So this might be "Time of Your Life" by Green Day.
No way.
Yep, let's go. Let's go. See, I was gonna thank Tom Petty, and then I saw strings voice. There's no drums in that song. That is when "Time of Your Life" came out.
Holy cracked.
That was deduction just by instruments.
Okay. Based.
You did.
You ain't help me find nobody.
You right. You right.
I don't think.
Oh, maybe I'm. Oh my God, bro.
Wait, I'm so confused. So what's... Is he watching a... He's watching a... A VOD? Wait, hold on. I'm not crazy. Am I? These are the same... This is the same person. I've talked to this guy. Is it Agent? I don't know the WL community at all. It's reversed. It's called nonlinear storytelling, libtard. Pulp Fiction, Kino, cinema. Gotcha. Okay. How do they... What is the setup for this? Do they have like a guy who's like at a computer switching between active streams or whatever? Yes? Damn. Did you see, what the fuck was this? Who did the... Jesus.
Yo, they got my agency signed. Yo, they exposed my real height. What the fuck? Damn. Yo, look at the size of that belt. I should have took it. Yo. Hey, the first Nikki chair we can actually sit on. Look. I'm on a Nikki chair. Wait, hold on. Nah. Hey, this your desk, right? Yeah. Hey, this arcade. The keep out sign is this.
Things of the production.
All right, yeah. Follow us, motherfucker.
Come on. Follow us, chat. Chat. So this is.
No, we not. Come on.
This is the production room.
We here.
Of
Right, so look, this is the
everything.
back.
Of everything that goes on behind here, chat. Okay.
See, look, we got mics and shit. We got batteries. We got. We lost audio. Oh, we did?
We lost audio still?
No, we good? We good. This is the whole team, y'all.
Yeah, welcome to my crib.
Pull up.
Yeah, this is MTV Matches. Yeah, welcome to my crib. Kai, thank you for showing up to
where
my
my boy
house.
Denzel.
You
Chat,
know
look
what I'm
at every camera, every square that you see. Come on, you come close. Go to the TV, show them.
Look at the TV. And now it's a screen.
Every square that you see, it's all production. Every camera and this shit. Zoom in there, you can see all around it. Zoom in here, you can see all around it. Buttons everywhere. So production, look, they got 3 people operating right now. Then they.
And is quietly flying.
How'd you get here?
Senate's version of Big Beautiful Bill may have ugly side for gamblers. The so-called Big Beautiful Bill may lead to an ugly outcome for gamblers. Various online accounts of the Senate version of the massive piece of legislation that is ping-ponged back to the House of Representatives indicate that a change to the tax rules for gambling could make it much harder to ultimately turn a profit. Uh-oh. Apparently, deductions to gambling winnings will be limited to 90% of losses, which means that, to put it very simply, 100,000 in winnings against 100,000 in loss would be treated for tax purposes as if the loss were only 90,000. Wow. Who cares? Kai Cenat streaming setup.
Dude. Stream Deck, analyzer, fucking moderator stance, sound filter, 6 monitors, pedals, drums, gaming guitar controllers, 6 consoles, 10 computers, bunch of fucking wires, sound pads, speakers, antenna, satellite.
Race car loses control on wet track, manages to avoid crash. Okay. What is the... was it a NASCAR? I feel like I watched this video a while ago, but it was off stream where some guy was like, I think I can win, or I can like get in first, but I'm just gonna like slam my car into the wall and just go as fast as I can while using the wall to turn. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I think they made it against the rules now or whatever. You can't do it. Oh shit.
Ross is playing defense. He needs to be on offense. The 11 moves up into the championship 4 by 1 point. Now just 5 laps to go for Martinsville. Here comes the contact. There's the push. He gets to the inside. Unloading curve. For the lead. Bill to the inside. Ross Chastain trying to get by the 9. Again, that points battle to determine who is the final championship 4 driver. Focus on getting the 9. Now Ross Chastain to the inside and Chase Elliott. Focus 4 right here.
I moved to 9. I could not catch the 14. I believe he was the next car. I'll admit it, I was dejected. In my head, we were out.
He's too far away from everybody. 1 lap to go. Denny Hamlin, 2-point favorite to get in as the championship 4.
Brandon had been counting me down, and he said something about 2 spots.
2 spots, yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I just couldn't believe what was happening. We were going to be out by 2 points. And I double-checked in the corner, like, we have to?
Gotta get him? Yeah, I gotta get him. D2.
When he said that off of 2, there was no other option.
Well, out of turn 4, he's gonna do it. Here comes Christopher Bell. He'll score the win from Ross Chastain. Chastain's in a video game move.
And I never second-guessed it once, which is wild.
Wide open around the wall in 3 and 4 in Martinsville to race his way into the championship 4.
I was in the gas, and I'm on the wheel, and I'm like trying, but everything's starting to go blurry. The next thing I know, I'm on the straightaway, and I run into 6, and I look over out the window net, and the first real clear thing I saw was the 11.
Is the audio fucked for you too? No, because one of my ear canals is longer than the other, so the sound arrived at the exact same time. Oh, baby Nim. Dude, can you imagine how fucking horrible? There must be, I bet we don't form memories when you're like really young, because I bet if you remembered being a baby, it would be just fucking horrible. Because think about it, you're basically in a place where I don't even know if you would perceive yourself getting bigger. You might just be perceiving the walls like over 9 months slowly shrinking and shrinking and shrinking until it's going to crush you and kill you. Ugh.
Hey, Meta?
Oh, Terrence Howard remembers?
Get out of the cop machines.
What even is this thing? Do these things take video? Why would they even do it?
Get out of the
Card readers are just phones with an app?
cop machine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chipotle's Adobo Ranch is now.
No one cares.
We're back and things are good, so everything's okay. A lot of the WoW content creators have come to OSRS for a playthrough. Will you join them? Well, no. Yeah, sorry. I don't really feel like it. I think it's going to be kind of boring. And, I like OSRS, but it's just not really a great stream game. And so, yeah, that's about it. But I think it's cool that they're doing that, man. I do. I like to see other WoW players, evolving beyond just being, leaving the cave, right? Metaphor.
Does probably to immediately engage as Hans Zimmer's been caught out on the
I
side.
should stop swearing. I'm not going to swear anymore. This is now a PG, whatever the
comes
fuck.
in from Ruler Duro. Unfortunately, hooking the wall means that Hans Zimmer might.
Oh, what? Did you just say fuck?
Does probably to immediately.
Anymore. This is now a PG, whatever the
comes
fuck.
in from Ruler Duro. Unfortunately, hooking.
Good one.
I don't know. Just fucking run out. It shouldn't be hard. Just Zug, bro. Take the hits. You're fine. Oh my god! Walk! Move! The door! Open it! Bar!
To Mango, actually. I talked to Mango. He reached out. We talked a bit. And I have some thoughts and opinions that I thought about speaking, but he asked of me to not speak on it. And I think that's a fair request. He said, I want to take it on the chin. I think the drama is dying out. He's spending time with his kid. He started day one of not drinking yesterday, which is dope. And I think genuinely there's a perception of Mango that people have in their mind, but they don't actually care about him. I don't think they'll be in his stream when he's back to streaming in a month or whenever it is.
A month? A month? Well, actually, I don't know where Mango makes most of his money. Maybe he doesn't stream generally.
And like, he was messaging me. He was like, Tectone followed me. Who the fuck is Tectone? Like,
oh no.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not a very genuine pursuit of the people who speak on Mango's behalf. And I know that because I speak to Mango. Because I am still friends with him. And I banned him from my events because...
oh, he got banned for a month from Twitch.
What? It's what? Don't climb. Just wait.
I didn't know who you was talking about.
Hey, bro, chill, nigga, chill. We look so proud.
This is dynamite.
Light it.
Oh, he's unbanned already. He was banned for what? Wait, what just happened?
What the hell?
Dylan! What the fuck? Dylan! We're dead! Dylan!
No, that nigga's dead, bro.
Rice shower?
Yeah, rice shower.
Yo, good luck with that one. That one is fucking hard.
Why is it hard? I don't get it.
I've heard she's very moody, so her mood changes
Oh, she's a bitch.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she forces you to like waste your rounds, and you can't get stats that you want because you are fighting your horse and not anything else.
I see. Okay. I want you to know this is the nerdiest thing I've ever heard like anyone ever say to me, just in general. Like, your analysis on this game is both spot on and terrifying.
Okay, I have barely scratched the surface of this game. But it's really funny how deep the rabbit hole goes. Essentially, if you just wanted to do a daily race every day, completely fine. You can do that, and it's enjoyable.
Okay. 1 second. Use the restroom real quick. Ludwig deleted most of the comments calling him out on his latest YouTube video after this tweet. Okay. If you're wondering how Ludwig's community is mostly reacting to the controversy, blaming it on Asmon, H3, and Destiny fans. I mean, a lot of the H3, Destiny, and Asmon community have essentially come together to shit on a ton of people, even slightly associated with Hassan at all. Ludwig has had big beef with 2 out of the 3, and those are the people who are really pushing stuff on LSF. I don't like... I mean, to be fair, my community might hate Ludwig. I think that Ludwig stuff with Hassan is like cringy, but I don't like actively shit on Ludwig. I think most of the content he makes is fine. I think he's... I don't have like a huge problem with Ludwig or Cutie. I just think the Hassan shit is cringe. But I don't think I like shit talk Ludwig or go off on him a ton, like almost at all. Now my community might not like him a lot because of especially that whole cheeseball vibe thing, which I can understand that. But it's so annoying that every single time something happens, like it could just be that people are unhappy about the thing that happened. You know, like it could just be that people are like, oh, well, this was kind of shitty. But there's always like some huge conspiracy, whatever. Ludwig has had big beef with 2 out of 3, and these are the people who are really pushing stuff on LSF. That's kind of true. The sub gets brigaded like no one's business. I don't like when people say LSF gets brigaded. It's a streamer community subreddit. Definitionally, almost every single post there is brigaded. That's like the nature of the sub, right? I once went from having 40 upvotes to negative 20 in, not even kidding, 10 minutes because I said a clip was taken out of context. They brigade and force stuff on that sub like no one's business. Destiny's a straight up sexual predator based, and they allow him to be posted there and he's still constantly defended. Being a fan of him should be an automatic question of someone's character and motives. 596 upvotes based. I gather there's some valid criticism of potentially how Ludwig / his team could have handled the mega situation, but I've never seen this many posts be made just hating on Ludwig's character before. It's a ton of those small drama slop YouTubers, along with the usual drama farm X accounts that are usually anti-Hasanabi. Okay. Pokey dropped her hot take on the Diddy verdict. What was it? Hashtag believe all women. Oh, believe victims. That's better now. I love it when e-celebs come and drop some totally useless corporate safe commentary on some event that they probably haven't even followed that closely. Based. Maybe she has, though. You don't have a grudge for him making that retarded claim about how someone from your community was harassing him? I usually don't hold grudges against like anybody. I have to try really hard to maintain like active hate for a person. I have to wake up in the morning and I have to have like a poster of, like, you need to hate this person. But you used to always be positive, Pokey. Now you're more negative. I don't think I'm more negative. I just saw that comment. I think that comment was kind of dumb. That's it.
He brings you Tim can promise you this. He brings you the unbiased and unfiltered truth.
The news you're getting comes straight from me and straight from the source. I don't have a political agenda. Bringing real news and not narrative to all of you.
Exactly. It's truth to table journalism. Immune to propaganda and outside influence. Tim Pool is an honest man who cannot be bought.
Popular far-right American influencer Tim Pool, unwittingly paid by Russian state media company RT as part of an operation to influence American politics.
Pool promoting pro-Russian narratives on a host of issues.
Whoa. Are you saying I shouldn't trust a man who dresses like a divorced ghost hunter? What? Whoa, no. You know what, these news reports can say whatever they want to say, but I'm sure he's not blatantly shilling for Russia.
Ukraine is the enemy of this country. Ukraine is our enemy, being funded by the Democrats. I will stress this again. One of the greatest enemies of our nation right now is Ukraine. We should rescind all funding and financing, pull out all military.
Not good. Tiny said it takes effort for him to hate every day. That's clearly not true. Hassan is that example. Okay, class, can you answer why that comment is fucking retarded? Who can answer first? Hassan is hateable every day because Hassan says hateable stuff every single day. I don't hate Hassan because 2 years ago he said some really dumb shit. It's because he says absolutely retarded shit literally every single fucking day. What do you mean? Jesus. Loomer is suggesting feeding the entire Latino population of the U.S. to alligators. Alligator lives matter. The good news is alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals if we get started now. Laura Loomer is like a far-right, like neo-Nazi-ish, crazy person. Like, yeah, she's fucking insane. I thought this was known.
Profit, because you need the health insurance versus the right for profit.
Yeah, see, they say they're pro-life because they want the baby to be born, go to school, and get shot in the school. Die in the school, die on the streets. No. That is what they say.
I'm not going to say anything. You've gone over the cliff.
I moved to strike his words.
Over the cliff. You've gone over. We were going to be quiet, but you've gone over now.
I meant every word.
We are going to strike your words. But on the other hand, it might be good to leave your words. Might be good to leave your words. Because that's how you feel. But you are not going to come into this room and impugn our integrity. You will not. We are pro-life people.
I don't know who this guy is, but can we please, God, get Chuck Schumer in here to censure him? Can we please get this man censured by the Democratic Party? Please, God, somebody hold this man accountable. You talk to him? Oh, is this Frost? Oh, it is Frost. Base. Okay, then he definitely needs to be censured. Absolutely.
Right here, to be honest. Hey, Biden wanted me in here, okay? That's it. He wanted me. It didn't work out that way, but he wanted me in here, that son of a bitch. What's your expectation?
Oh, because Biden wanted him arrested?
What this will do right here, to be honest. Hey, Biden wanted me in here, okay? That's it. He wanted me. It didn't work out that way.
Deported?
But he wanted me in here, that son of a bitch.
Okay. Based. We saw this. What is this? Don't care. Do I care about this? What is this? Aspen slop.
continue to sue you if you do not follow the laws of our country.
Not enough. Put them in jail. Until I see mayors and government officials literally in handcuffs and being put behind bars, I'm bored. I think this is it. It's very frustrating to me that, we're not putting these people in prison. Suing them. Who cares about suing them? That's a waste of everybody's time and money. Who gives a shit about that? Most people should just start calling in false reports at places where no law enforcement is happening. Well, it's just silly.
Well, Mamdani, I noticed, made that pledge about not helping or following the law. We do have the supremacy clause in the Constitution. They do have jurisdiction, is my understanding. But isn't that the same for every sanctuary city or state?
Yeah, and what Dabi is saying in New York is utterly ridiculous. It's making mainstream anti-Semitism, Sean. This guy is out of control. What he's been doing, what he's been saying, he wanted to defund, do away with NYPD. It's so frightening, and the things about anti-Semitism should scare us all, given what happened with the Holocaust Museum, given what happened in Boulder, Colorado, and we just lost that victim, as you know, the 82-year-old victim who was firebombed. Given what happened in the UK with that concert, saying all these anti-Semitic things, someone like that is very dangerous, not only for New York, but for our entire country.
Okay.
Flooding China with metals, be them copper, aluminium, nickel, all to keep his war economy alive. Moreover, the Kremlin is continuing to lock down even more over statistics, classify economic data, and make it more and more of a crime to talk about mobilization, trade, or even in inflation. So in this
somebody linked this and said he said that this was good for Russia?
video, let's cover what this all means right now, why it matters, and what it could signal is going to happen next. Be it what Putin is actually forced to accept peace unfavorable to him, or another ditched attempt to keep control and prevent his entire regime from collapsing. This is the Global Gambit. How's it going? Welcome to the channel. Now, on the surface, Vladimir Putin has said some things that shocked even seasoned analysts.
Why does the right pretend that conservatives care about anti-Semitism when they don't care about any other form of bigotry? I think they do care about anti-Semitism because there are useful aspects of caring about anti-Semitism to the right. When you go very far right, they super don't care. It like switches like violently. But the mainstream right will care about like anti-Semitism and anti-Jew and anti-Israel stuff.
He told a press conference in Minsk that Russia was planning to cut military spending over the next few years. Yes, that means cut. Compare that to what we saw at the beginning of last week, when NATO agreed to increase collective spending to 5% of GDP over the next decade. So why would Putin even float this idea while fighting this costly war of conquest? What's really behind these defense cuts? And what's this connection with Trump, trade with China, and a new wave of secrecy laws across Russia? Because there's a lot that the media will mention, but not necessarily cover.
Conservatives will champion Candace Owens. They don't care about anti-Semitism. Well, conservatives champion Candace Owens. I feel like Candace Owens has kind of moved herself to the outer perimeter of the conservative political party stuff right now. Now, they'll still kind of accept her because she supports Trump. Remember, that's the only thing that matters. But I feel like Candace Owens has kind of relegated herself to a lot of pop culture commentary right now. And I think most conservatives see her as kind of being outer perimeter-ish.
I genuinely do believe that we could be at a turning point here. Not that the war will wrap up tomorrow, but that Putin is going to have to make some unprecedented decisions about the longevity of his war or the longevity of his regime. Now, to be specific, the exact quote Putin said was, "We are planning to reduce defense spending for us next year and the year after. Over the next 3-year period, we are planning this." That's despite the fact that in 2025, Russia hiked defense spending by over 25% to over 6% of overall.
Okay, I like this guy. I've tried this guy before. There was a video I think I watched off stream though, with the One Economy guy, Russell Brand. Oh my God, what happened to this guy? Wait.
Well, Trump and Elon declared war over the weekend.
Who the fuck is this guy? Why is this guy hosting her show for every episode? What the fuck? Her husband? No. Oh, there she is. Candace, hi. Welcome back to your podcast. Oh, wait, is it Ian Carroll? Wait, he's...
All right, you guys, and the idea that they're...
And many of them have been bungled.
He just is he's like the host / co-host or fill-in host when she's gone? Jesus, okay.
All right, we're going to just start now. You said you were extremely nervous.
Yeah,
Nobody
I get
believes
nervous.
that.
I don't like to wait around.
That's not true.
It is true. Why would I say it? It's not like I'm saying, oh, guess what? I see visions of angels and they're giving me guidance. I'm saying I get nervous. No one would make that claim to make yourself seem or feel better, would you? What, like you think it's some sort of reverse modesty? Well, this Owens is the...
Oh my God. Isn't Pam Bondi in clear violation of the Hatch Act? She's influencing a state election. No, we don't care about stuff like that anymore in the U.S. None of that matters. Fuck, what's the name of the econ guy that we watch? Patrick Boyle. Oh. I didn't watch this on stream, right? I think I watched this off stream. Here, have a... This is an interesting video.
Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. Its economy has surpassed most expectations. Last year, Russia's economy grew more than the United States and Europe. And on top of that, Russian unemployment is at a record low. Vladimir Putin and Russian supporters have hailed this as a great success and as of evidence that Western sanctions didn't work. It's worth noting that the Ukrainian economy also outgrew the United States and Europe over the last 2 years, having grown 2.9% last year and 5.5% the year before. But, of course, no one is trying to claim that business is booming in Ukraine. With some carefully chosen numbers, you can put a very positive spin on the growth of the Russian economy. And the reason for this is that wartime economies are very different to peacetime economies, and so we have to analyze them differently. While wars are destructive of physical and human capital, these don't show up in national income accounting. Spending on weapons production and the vast spending required to reorient Russia's economy, which used to face towards the west and now faces towards the east, boosts GDP. As impressive as the GDP growth rates in Ukraine over the last 2 years might at first sound, they come in the wake of a 30% decline in GDP in 2022 when the country was invaded. A huge amount of Ukrainian infrastructure has been destroyed by Russia, all of which will need to be rebuilt at great expense.
I'm late, but it seems to me that Trump can fuck over any individual friend because at this point he's enough keys of power that losing one, a few dozen, is a cup of water in a bucket that he can withstand being removed when he gains substantial liquid assets. I don't think Trump's political power is very strong. I mean, theoretically, he's done after this term. We'll see, I guess. We'll see when the midterms come up what everything is looking like. But, I mean, Trump does enforce a very rigid, like, dictatorial style control over his party. You've seen it with the Massey guy. Are they still going in on this dude? Like, are they going to try to primary this guy or get this guy kicked out of office? Because he was opposed to the... was it just the big beautiful bill, or was it stuff in general? For visual learners, where n equals number of Republicans required to stop a bad bill, the number of Republicans voting nay equals n minus 1. True. Oh, and the Iran stuff. Yeah, true. Oh, it was the Iran stuff was a big deal. Yeah, I think Trump got super mad at him for that. But basically, yeah, Trump will try to destroy your political career if he feels like you are not loyal to his agenda or whatever he wants to do. I don't like to use the word agenda because what Trump has and does barely even constitutes an agenda, but...
According to an analysis by the European Parliament, if Ukraine was able to maintain its recent growth rates, its real GDP would only return to its pre-war level by 2030. GDP or...
Oh, also you have to be... Oh, fuck, he's about to explain this. I think he's about to explain it. There's something called a broken window fallacy, where if I break windows and then you fix the windows, it's a lot of economic activity and it seems good. So it's like, okay, well, breaking windows is good. Blowing up buildings is good. However, the fallacy is that while you might spend money repairing the window, that money could have been spent elsewhere, right? GDP is just an accounting for all of the stuff that you spend on goods and services that year. It doesn't take into account your current net worth or your current wealth, right? The GDP of the United States has nothing to do with the wealth in the United States. It doesn't tell you how much capital is here, or doesn't tell you how many buildings are here, how much machinery is here. It just tells you what's being spent on goods and services.
its real GDP would only return to its pre-war level by 2030. GDP, or gross domestic product, is defined as the total monetary value of all of the finished goods and services produced within a country's borders in a specific time period, usually a year, and it's often used as a scorecard of a country's broad economic health. In wartime, when Russia spends, let's say, $1 billion on tanks, economists would measure their value at the price the government paid for them. So that $1 billion worth of tanks would add $1 billion to Russian GDP. If those tanks were destroyed the next day in Ukraine, as many of them have been, this spending won't have added any real value to the Russian economy. But the waste never shows up in the GDP calculation. For this reason, a lot of the GDP growth is illusory. As Sergei Guriev of London Business School described it in the FT earlier this year, this type of wartime spending on quickly destroyed tanks is equivalent to just printing $1 billion and handing it over to the people who work in the tank factory or to its shareholders without anything being produced. So on paper, it might look like Russia is producing a lot of GDP, but a lot of that GDP is destroyed weapon systems and payments made to either wounded Russian soldiers or the families of dead soldiers. He points out that all of Russia's growth since the start of the war is concentrated in the military sector. Russian defense spending went from 3% of GDP to almost 7% after the start of the war, a massive increase in spending. But that's only the start. War costs are not limited to just paying soldiers and spending on weapons. Expenses for treating the injured show up as healthcare expenses. Expenses for debris removal and repair of infrastructure fall under housing and utilities. None of these are counted under the narrowly defined military spending section of the Russian budget. But a huge amount of this other spending wouldn't have happened without the war. There have been huge costs associated with the switch from trading with Europe and the United States to trading with China and India, which Russia has been forced to do since Western sanctions were imposed. This has required building transportation infrastructure and reorienting supply chains. All of this spending shows up in GDP too, but without the invasion of Ukraine, it would have been unnecessary. According to the FT, compared with 2021, which was the last pre-war year, Russian budget expenditures have increased by 20%, and the state's share in the Russian economy has reached an estimated 50 to 70%. Russia's central bank identifies government spending as the main driver of GDP growth. War-related spending in Russia rose from around 23% of the budget pre-invasion to almost 40% by last year. Sergei Guriev argues that most of Russia's war spending has the same effect as helicopter money, as huge amounts of money were pumped into the economy while nothing of lasting value was produced. When there's more cash in the economy for the same output, this causes inflation. And Russian inflation has been so extreme that thieves have even been breaking into stores to steal butter. Before I go any further, let me tell you about this week's video sponsor, Shocks. Shocks are a new type of headphones that allow you to listen to music without blocking your ears, meaning that you remain connected to your surroundings at all times. Open-ear listening not only ensures that you're safe when you're out and about, as you're aware of your surroundings, but it also provides authentic and natural sound.
That's crazy.
I've used Shocks headphones for almost 2 years now and love their high build and sound quality. They sent me the new Open Dots 1 about a month ago to try out, and they're my new favorite. They are the most comfortable headphones I've ever worn. There's none of the irritation you get with in-ear headphones when you wear them too long. The Open Dots just wrap around your ear and hold on securely. I've been wearing them while running over the last month and they haven't fallen off once. Another thing I love is that you don't have to worry about left and right. The Shocks Open Dots automatically recognize which side they're on. They sound great, they pair with my phone, my computer, my car, and the entertainment devices on airplanes using Bluetooth. Their open design means that you're aware of your surroundings and you can mute the audio by just tapping on them twice. The earbuds have 10 hours of battery life, and the slim charging case means that they'll last up to 40 hours before you need to plug them in again. If you want to check them out, I'll leave a link in the video description. Thanks again to Shocks for sponsoring this video.
Thank you.
While inflation has cooled almost everywhere else in the world, it's been roaring hot in Russia. Consumer prices rose 10.3% year on year in March, well above the central bank's target of 4%. The prices of fruit and vegetables have risen by more than 20% on average in the past year. Potatoes have almost doubled in price, and butter prices rose 26% last year, prompting some stores to keep it in plastic boxes under lock and key. Russians on the ground don't appear to believe the official inflation rate, and while this can be the case everywhere in the world, there's maybe more reason to believe that people are right in Russia than elsewhere. Inflation is calculated using the prices of a fixed basket of goods and services. The basket is adjusted over time to adjust for changing consumer tastes, and when an item is no longer available, a similar replacement item is substituted, but often the replacement item is of different quality, which can affect the calculation. Statistics agencies attempt to adjust for these quality differences, but that task becomes near impossible in a wartime economy like Russia's, where so many items previously imported from Western nations are now being imported from either China and India or being made at home. It can be extremely difficult to compare quality differences like this, but a lot of reporting out of Russia indicates that the replacement goods are often of lower quality, meaning that people are spending more money and getting lower quality goods. The Russian central bank announced after their March meeting that while inflationary pressures are easing, they would still keep interest rates at 21%. There are a few factors that explain Russia's high inflation. Firstly, with the West having tightened sanctions over time and with the ruble depreciating, imported goods were getting both more expensive and more difficult to acquire. Secondly, conscription, Russians fleeing the country to avoid conscription, and soldiers dying on the battlefield have caused severe labour shortages, which pushed up wages in all sectors of the economy. The high wages being paid to keep munitions factories running around the clock, which produce goods that the average Russian citizen has no need for, has crowded out non-wartime production. Civilian businesses had to pay higher and higher wages to attract workers, which increases their operating costs and gets passed on as more expensive goods and services in Russia. All of this means that unemployment fell to around 2%, which is the lowest on record in Russia, and last year nominal pay rose by 18%. While the central bank was hiking interest rates to slow an overheating economy, the government was implementing massive fiscal stimulus, spending on defense, welfare, and infrastructure. Russian business owners, in particular those selling to the government, who were making a lot of money from government procurement, found it difficult to travel abroad and began spending more money in Russia. This strong demand, according to the Russian central bank, still exceeds companies' capacities to expand supply. So with more money chasing fewer goods, prices go up and up. The government stimulated other parts of the Russian economy too. When war broke out in early 2022, the central bank hiked interest rates above 20% and put capital controls in place so that people couldn't get their money out of Russia. In order to keep the people happy, the Kremlin introduced a Mortgages for Everyone program, which offered cheap loans for new construction that charged half the going interest rate. The FT says that the authorities had to demonstrate that despite all the shocks and sanctions, people would still be able to buy an apartment. This massive interest rate differential put in place a huge incentive to borrow and build new homes, which drove record sales. The total value of mortgages held in Russia grew 35% in 2023 alone, before the government finally listened to the central bank and shut the program down. This mix of huge fiscal stimulus, which is unevenly applied throughout the economy, combined with a tight labour market and then offset with extremely high interest rates, brought about a spending boom. The mix of contrasting policies left Russia with a turbocharged but extremely unbalanced economy. These economic stresses are not that unusual in wartime economies, where you see increased central planning and the military competing with the civilian sector for both workers and resources. The guns versus butter economic concept is often used to describe this trade-off between military spending, or guns, and social welfare spending, or butter. It illustrates the dilemma faced by governments when allocating limited resources between military and domestic needs. While Russia's low unemployment rate can be spun as a positive, it's really a signal that the civilian sector is short on labour.
You said Trump has little political power, but how successful do you think a MAGA power split, Alexander the Great style, would go if endorsed by Trump? I don't know what Alexander the Great style means, but I don't think it would go well at all. I think that Trump has a certain charisma to him, and I don't think anybody's stepped up yet. The biggest fear for the United States, the scariest possible thing that could happen to us in the next few years, and this is what MAGA should be struggling to find. Trump won't do it because Trump is a narcissist. But MAGA should be struggling to find is somebody who can replace Trump's charisma. That's what if that figure were found, we would be fucked. That would be the worst case scenario. Somebody that MAGA could easily dump all of their kind of like cultish fanatical support into.
The Russian government has boosted the pay for volunteer soldiers so that they can avoid conscription. This caused all sorts of problems at the start of the war when young Russian men fled to neighbouring countries to avoid the draft. The most recent pay increase means Russian volunteer soldiers now earn 5 times the average nominal income in Russia.
Jesus.
Russian soldiers have never earned as much before, and on top of this, soldiers' families have seen a boost in the compensation received for losing their sons, such that 6% of Russia's budget is estimated as being spent to pay families of the dead and wounded.
Jesus.
Russia may have all the appearances of being in an economic boom, but it's not driven by the market. It's instead driven by government spending. The high inflation means that the central bank has to keep monetary policy very tight, but with an interest rate of 21%, it's extremely difficult for private non-defense companies to do business. Even Russia's largest weapons manufacturer, Rostec, which is benefiting from government contracts, is complaining about the high interest rates, which make export contracts unprofitable for them. According to the Moscow Times, corporate bankruptcies surged 20% in Russia last year, and this trend is expected to continue. A recent report by Russia analyst Craig Kennedy highlights the huge growth in Russian corporate debt, which has soared by 71% since 2022 and dwarfs new household and government borrowing. According to the FT, Putin has commandeered the Russian banking system, forcing banks to lend to chosen companies at preferential terms, and the result has been a flood of below-market rate credit to favoured businesses. They describe this as massive money printing hidden on the balance sheets of state-controlled banks, which may eventually need to be bailed out. This is all being done, they say, in an effort to conceal a growing budget deficit. The Russian economy is struggling much more than it might at first appear to be, and The Economist reported earlier this week that it's rapidly getting worse. They highlight lower growth in military spending and high interest rates as likely to ding GDP growth, but say that the biggest problem for Russia is the recent decline in oil prices, combined with a slowdown in China, Russia's biggest export destination. In March, Russian oil and gas revenue fell by around 17% year on year. On April 30th, the Russian Finance Ministry increased the budget deficit estimate for 2025 to 1.7% of GDP from 0.5% after reducing its forecast for energy revenues by 24%. There are a few ways that Russia's been paying for the war, using oil and gas revenues, spending down the sovereign wealth fund, allowing government liabilities like pension costs and government worker wages to decline in real terms while keeping military and police wages high to keep the leadership safe. Last year, Russia announced large tax hikes and significant spending cuts on support for small businesses, education, and other social spending. As soon as Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, approximately half of Russia's foreign currency and gold reserves, which amounted to over $300 billion, were frozen by Western countries.
If you're a Republican politician, is it in your interest to support Trump, or is that a sinking ship? The problem is that, like, if you don't support Trump, you're going to get primaried or attacked by all of MAGA, and you're not probably going to appeal to Democrats, so you're just kind of like fucked, right? I think you basically have to ride the Trump train out until he's out of office. I think so far, unless something changes dramatically, I think midterms are going to be really fucky for Republicans, but
it's hard to know what will happen with those reserves in the long run. No interest is accumulating on the frozen reserves for Russia, which amounts to billions of dollars that they've lost out on, and it's unclear as to how, when, and under what conditions the reserves will be returned to Russia. Losing access to these reserves was a big hit for Russia, and if they had access to that $300 billion, they could have spent it on soldiers and weapons and would likely have been far more successful in attacking Ukraine. Russian spending, shown here in the orange bars, hasn't led to much debt, as government spending has mostly been offset by federal revenue, shown here with the blue bars. This means that Russia's budget deficit is under 3%. When we look at how much oil and gas has brought in, you can see how important energy exports are to the Russian economy, and also how harmful a fall in the price of oil would be. Russia is the third largest oil producer in the world, just behind the United States and Saudi Arabia. My friend Manoj at Talking Heads Macro argues that before the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Russia suffered from what economists call the Dutch disease. This term originated from the economic impact of the discovery of vast natural gas reserves in the Netherlands in the 1960s. This discovery caused a surge in the Dutch economy's income, leading to a rise in the value of its currency, and a decline in the competitiveness of other economic sectors. Countries rich in natural resources like Russia often struggle to translate this wealth into widespread economic prosperity. The Dutch disease can worsen this problem by concentrating wealth in the resource sector while weakening other parts of the economy. Because a lot of goods can be manufactured anywhere in the world, a strong currency, which was brought about by factors other than high productivity, makes all other production within that country internationally uncompetitive. When a country has a natural resources windfall, the best thing to do is to invest that wealth into productivity-enhancing goods so that all sectors of the economy can grow. The goal is to focus on economic activity that can lead to even greater economic activity. Russia has instead mostly focused on oil and gas production, or on energy-intensive industries that take advantage of the availability of cheap energy within the country. Although Russia has an educated workforce, there's been very little focus on making the most of those workers by, let's say, making higher tech products, as it's simply easier to focus on oil and gas production, which doesn't really require a lot of innovation, as the underlying technology for commodity extraction hasn't changed very much over the years. Because of the Dutch disease, Russian productivity was never great, and the economy wasn't very impressive before the war. But Manoj points out that the transition of Russia's production resources to wartime use was much easier than the transition to a services-driven economy would have been. In a country that needed to produce high-tech or more complex products to bring in money to pay for tanks and soldiers, it would have been more difficult to finance a war when cut off by the international community. It would also be more economically harmful to shut down those types of businesses and send highly productive workers to the front line to fight. Russia was able to continue producing oil and selling it, working around sanctions with a shadow fleet of oil tankers and selling more to China and India than they did in the past. Before the war, India bought 1% of its oil imports from Russia. Today, they source between 35 and 45% of their oil imports from Russia, so a massive change. While the transition to a war economy may have been easy for Russia, the question we're left with is how quickly can Russia return to a normal economy when the war ends? The place where the sanctions have been hurting Russia the most is that no one really wants to invest in Russia anymore, or is able to invest in Russia even if they wanted to. The country has been cut off from the inflow of new technology, capital products, new investment, and new ideas, and should a peace deal be struck, all of that will need to be restarted. Having been cut off from the rest of the world, Russian businesses have had next to no competition, and thus have had no incentive to produce cheaper or better goods. During that time frame, foreign businesses have had to compete and have been forced to improve. While Putin can quite likely use Russia's natural resources well to sustain his war for a very long time, As time goes by, a slow decay occurs in the quality of Russian businesses. Productivity gets worse and worse over time, and the economy hollows out as the country just sells oil to pay for the war, and the standard of living slowly declines. The longer this war goes on, the more Russia stands still while the rest of the world moves forward, with real growth rather than growth driven by government spending, and where new technologies are developed that boost productivity.
I saw this recently, so I'm unsure how much was talked about. Did you see the COVID lab leak page on the White House website? Maybe lab leak is a thing, actually. We should do that tomorrow, because we did the vaccine shit. I still can't believe how horrible that original vaccine study was. I assumed so much more. I didn't know it was so obviously fucked from the Wakefield guy. I don't know, fuck it. Maybe we'll do a few days on lab leak and like read the original studies and everything else. Yeah, we just lifted a bunch of sanctions on Russia, so good for them. For Democrats to get 50 Senate seats, they must retain Michigan and Georgia seats, defeat Susan Collins in Maine, win the open North Carolina seat, and then win a seat in an R+10 state. The bluest of these are Ohio, Iowa, Texas, Alaska, and Florida. All right, guys, we're going to start door knocking for Florida. Are you guys hyped? What is this?
I mean, I certainly support a lot of additional reforms down the road that would rein in our spending programs and our spending addiction. And I support even more pro-growth policies that will produce even more robust economic growth. I think the tax cuts on top of better, more reciprocal trade deals that open up export markets, on top of the deregulation project, on top of energy dominance. And by the way, this bill has a lot of streamlining of permitting for more energy production in this bill. With all of those policies together, in addition to the tax cuts,
right?
You're talking about the kind of growth that we have to have in order to get our fiscal house in order.
Right, but before COVID hit, I mean, Trump was racking up, annual deficits of $779 billion a year, $984 billion a year. That's with the tax cuts.
Yep.
In the first term.
And
that was before COVID.
And of course, COVID was a big factor. And then
no, but this is before COVID.
Before COVID.
Yeah, so look, the bottom line is we know we have to rein in spending.
No
and
answer.
By the way, this bill,
no answer.
Despite
no answer.
the static score of a deficit-producing legislation,
he won't push
this
him.
is the largest spending cut bill.
Can we import some British interviewers to U.S. media,
history,
please?
Between
Could be interested in this case. Federal crackdown on asylum must be held before president. No, fuck that. I don't care about these. We're gonna do lab leak tomorrow. Fuck it. And then we're gonna do. I need to just listen to that whole fucking. Because I feel like it was like a cultural moment. I feel like a lot of people went crazy after this, Asmongold included. That Amber Heard shit. I wonder how long it would take to get through that trial. It'd be good to do the lab leak stuff, though, just to have it, like, formally implanted in my brain.
Not getting 2.8. Why are we currently not getting 2.8% growth today with the assumption if the CBO is at 1.8 and the administration's at 2.8, and part of what we're talking about here is extending the tax cuts that are already in place. And yes, you're going to capture no tax on tips, and maybe that'll drive some of this. But what is going to get you to the 2.8 number?
It's Donald Trump.
Donald Trump and this legislation. Keep in mind, we've had 4 years of disaster under Joe Biden. Donald Trump has only had a little less than 6 months to try and fix this thing, and already you've seen enormous changes. In the CBO, by the way, 1.8% growth is what they projected over the next 10 years. This country has never had less than 2% growth in any 10-year period. So be careful of the numbers that these insiders put out, because bottom line is we've seen it all throughout history. When you give Americans more of their hard-earned money, when you give them more freedom to make new things happen, they not only improve their own lives, but the rising tide lifts all boats, and that's what this country's all about. And that's what
trickling down the water into the ocean so that the rising tide can lift all boats. Yeah, I saw that 33,000 jobs lost, but we were expected to gain, or they were hoping to gain some. Okay. All right, I gotta set stuff up downstairs. I love you guys. We might be live at 7:15, I think, for tonight. For anything else, okay? Kick.com/Destiny. Oh, we expected 115K. Nice. Okay, be careful. See you there. Don't die. Stay safe. I love you all.